I break up fights regularly. There's been a time where I've been thrown off. My name is Casey Heilman. I am 42. I'm a math teacher as well as the registrar and educational supervisor at an alternative school. I've been coming to Kanna for over 2 years. I grew up 20 minutes away from Mount Rushmore. My dad was in the Air Force, so we did move around a little bit, but wildly, we actually were in South Dakota at that Air Force base for 12 years. I grew up rock climbing, mountain biking, snowboarding, skiing at a very young age, and just doing all those outdoor sports. The main sport that I played would be soccer. So I've played that since Pee-wees or whatever that, under 8 at least. And I played that through college, through high school, played on the high school team, played on a college team. It wasn't divisional, it was in South Dakota. So again, competition is a lot less. And I also played in Montana, but that was just kind of, I think it's NCAA or NCIA. But I played there, played after competitively in different leagues throughout Pennsylvania and in Montana. When I turned 30, I tore my ACL, and that was a big one. And then more recently, I think 3 years ago, it feels like I did the same thing again, so another ACL tear. It was rough. I just couldn't safely train and keep my body in the shape I needed to play safely, so I had to stop. I just felt like I was done, like my fitness career was over. I was very bitter, very upset. Like even watching soccer was just kind of like, oh, I can't do it anymore. I can't play. It was very hard. Transitioning into Kanna, it was actually my wife. And so most of this goes to my wife in the sense that she saw that. She recognized that fitness and just being active is a huge part for me. And it was just gone for the most part. And so she did a blind date, and she said, we're just gonna go to this place and it's gonna be CrossFit. So we came to Kanna. I remember we both walked out and she's like, how'd it go? And she's still kind of breathing hard and I'm saying, man, I just want to throw up. And she's like, oh man, this was a fail. This did not work out at all. And I was like, no, I haven't felt that since college. I haven't felt that, like level of intensity and level of like physical exertion since college. And it was a great feeling. And so that was kind of like, wow, this is probably something I could get into. Growing up in South Dakota, rock climbing is a lot in arms and upper body, but it's a lot of legs too. But I mean, like I was doing, 10 or 12 pull-ups easy at that point. And I haven't been able to do that since college, since high school and college. And so being able to do pretty close to that nowadays is a good feeling. It's just kind of like, yeah, I'm kind of back into that routine, that kind of level of fitness. It's been good to have that. They always say functional fitness. And so you think about, oh yeah, you're carrying groceries, but I'm like, that wasn't ever too bad. But just the other day, like in the big storm, we had that tree, we had a 30-foot tree falling down, and it's like, all right, I'm cutting up these logs, and I'm like, I can grab that one, I can just deadlift that log. And so just having that ability to pick up big logs, big stones, and just moving that around safely, that's just a good feeling. At school, so again, I work at that alternative school, and I break up fights regularly. There's been a time where I've been thrown off, where these big boys can push me away. And so more and more recently, I felt like I feel a little more safer. I'm trained to do it correctly, but I feel more confident just walking around in the school, like something happens dangerous, that these kids are putting themselves in a bad situation. I feel more confident and that I can safely help them out. At home, it's just a good thing. So again, my wife, all the credit to her. She's been coming as well regularly to Kanna, and so a lot of times she and I both come. And so it's just been a good thing to talk about together, just to be able to say, oh, how'd you do in the workout today? How was your jump roping? How was this? So as a couple, just to be able to say, this was good for me, this was bad for me. And for her, just like her physical fitness just has been a lot better. She's got some back issues and she just feels a little more confident just in a regular basis, and that we both can do that together. And we also have a little daughter. And so just seeing her loving to see that her parents put an emphasis on fitness. We want to be healthy. We want to, not just go on a diet and just like starve ourselves to do that, but it's either actually just healthy fitness, working out, making our bodies stronger, rough and tough, as she says, and so that we can model that for her so she can grow up and knowing that fitness is important. The nice thing about Kanna that I've experienced, the level method has really shown that it's available for anybody. My wife and I are at very different levels physically. She tries her heart out, and I try my heart out as well, but Kanna just kind of sets it up and puts the levels so that each one of us can do it. She has a sore back, she can do it. I've got 2 ACL tears and replacements that I can do it, and I can still do this. It's a nice feeling just to be able to be physically fit and work on it really at a high intensity level and still be safe.